You're listening to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, created to help you succeed in your Security Plus certification journey. Learn more at baremetalcyber.com, where additional prepcasts, books, and training materials await. Let's get started. The purpose of user guidance is to influence daily behavior in ways that reduce risk while enabling people to remain productive. Employees often want to do the right thing, but may lack clarity about how to act securely in their routine tasks. Guidance provides this clarity, showing staff how to apply policies in real-world situations without adding unnecessary friction. For example, instead of vague advice like use strong passwords, effective guidance explains the use of password managers and multi-factor authentication. The aim is to make security second nature, allowing people to get their jobs done efficiently while protecting organizational assets. It is important to distinguish between awareness and training. Awareness builds broad understanding of risks and why they matter, such as explaining that phishing is a leading cause of breaches. Training, by contrast, develops specific task-based skills, like how to recognize a suspicious link or how to escalate a potential data leak. Awareness answers the why, while training answers the how. Both are essential, but without training, awareness alone may not translate into secure behavior. A well-designed program blends both elements so that staff not only understand threats, but also know what to do when faced with them. Audience segmentation ensures guidance reaches people in terms they can act upon. Executives need concise insights focused on decision-making and reputational risk. Developers require secure coding practices. Contractors may need just-in-time modules that align with temporary access privileges. Help desk staff benefit from incident handling drills, while general staff need practical guidance on phishing, password hygiene, and safe data handling. Without segmentation, training risks being too shallow for technical groups or too detailed for non-technical staff. Tailoring content per audience respects people's time and ensures each role gets relevant skills aligned with their responsibilities. Learning objectives give structure and make training measurable. For example, instead of simply teaching about phishing, the objective might be, by the end of this session, employees can identify 3 common phishing indicators and use the report button in their email client. Objectives for help desk staff may include: demonstrate how to record a suspected incident ticket with appropriate evidence. By defining specific outcomes, organizations can assess effectiveness rather than guessing whether training worked. Clear objectives also help employees understand what is expected of them and how they will be evaluated. Micro-learning principles address the challenge of fitting training into busy schedules. Rather than hour-long lectures, content is delivered in short modules that cover 1 or 2 concepts in 5 to 10 minutes. For example, a quick video explaining how to verify a sender's address is easier to consume and remember than a long presentation on all email threats. Research shows that shorter lessons improve retention and reduce fatigue. Frequent, bite-sized modules make training approachable and less disruptive, encouraging higher participation rates while steadily building a culture of secure behavior. The modality of training should fit the skill being taught. Videos can effectively demonstrate concepts, while interactive labs are better for practicing tasks like spotting suspicious code snippets. Quizzes provide quick reinforcement, while job aids and one-pagers serve as ongoing references employees can use in the moment. For example, a laminated card at the help desk might list escalation steps for a suspected breach. Matching the right modality to the right content ensures training is engaging, relevant, and sticky. One size does not fit all. Variety ensures different learning styles are accommodated. Reinforcement cadence ensures that skills don't fade after onboarding. A typical approach is to provide training during the first week, refresh modules every quarter, and deliver context-specific nudges after incidents or policy changes. For example, after a simulated phishing campaign, a short reminder about reporting suspicious links can reinforce lessons. Reinforcement keeps guidance relevant and top of mind, ensuring staff recall secure behaviors even months after their initial training. Without regular reinforcement, awareness decays and employees may revert to insecure habits. Measuring effectiveness is essential for proving that training has real impact. Pre- and post-assessments help determine whether employees learned key concepts. Metrics like phishing simulation click and report rates show how training translates into behavior. Time to report metrics measure whether employees escalate issues faster after training. For example, if report rates climb from 30% to 70% after introducing a new module, the program clearly added value. Data-driven evaluation ensures resources are spent on training that works and highlights areas where content or delivery may need to be improved. Tone and framing make or break employee engagement. Training must be supportive, non-punitive, and framed as enabling people to succeed in their roles. Programs that shame employees for clicking on simulated phish often backfire, leading to fear or disengagement. Instead, framing messages around protecting the organization and empowering employees fosters buy-in. For instance, communications might emphasize, reporting suspicious emails quickly helps us defend the business and our customers, rather than, don't fall for phishing. Positive framing reduces resistance and builds cooperative security culture. Escalation and reporting guidance should be built directly into training. Employees must know who to contact, what information to record, and how quickly they can expect a response. For example, a module might include instructions to use the one-click phishing report button, note the time of the event, and refrain from deleting the suspicious email until IT confirms analysis. By embedding clear, actionable steps, training eliminates ambiguity and reduces hesitation during real incidents. Employees equipped with this knowledge act faster and more confidently, minimizing potential damage. Accessibility and localization are essential for inclusivity and compliance. Training must be available in formats that support individuals with disabilities, such as captions for videos, screen reader compatibility, and clear language. Localization ensures training is delivered in the languages employees are most comfortable with, respecting cultural nuances. For example, a phishing training in Japan should not only be translated into Japanese, but also reflect locally common attack themes. Inclusive training ensures all employees, regardless of background or ability, can participate meaningfully in security programs. A practical starting point is to design a 5-minute onboarding module for new hires. This module could cover password best practices, using a manager and enabling multi-factor authentication, how to report phishing emails, and how to request IT support. It should be added to the first-week checklist so all new employees begin with essential skills. A one-page job aid summarizing these points can serve as reinforcement. By keeping it short, role-relevant, and practical, the module provides a foundation for secure behavior from day one without overwhelming new staff. By the end of Part 1, learners should understand that user guidance and training is not about generic lectures, but targeted, measurable, and supportive content. By segmenting audiences, defining objectives, using micro-learning, and reinforcing regularly, organizations can shape daily behaviors that reduce risk. With this foundation, Part 2 will explore curriculum design, practical workshops, metrics integration, and feedback loops that keep training relevant and effective over time. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Curriculum design brings order and traceability to training programs. A mature program begins by mapping each role in the organization to the skills that role needs, then designing content to build those skills, assessments to verify learning, and reinforcement to maintain it over time. For example, developers may be mapped to skills like secure coding and API key management, while executives may be mapped to decision-making in breach scenarios. This role, right-pointing arrow skills, right-pointing arrow content, right-pointing arrow assessment, right-pointing arrow reinforcement structure, ensures training is not ad hoc, but intentional, measurable, and aligned to business risks. Balancing technical depth with behavioral guidance is important when serving different audiences. Privileged users such as administrators and developers need advanced technical modules, like hands-on secure configuration workshops or code review exercises. General users, on the other hand, benefit more from behavioral nudges, such as reminders about phishing reporting or password hygiene. Trying to give everyone the same content wastes time and erodes credibility. Segmentation ensures that each group gets what they need. Technical specialists gain depth, while the broader workforce receives practical behavior-focused reinforcement. Practical workshops provide a more immersive training experience than passive lectures. Instead of simply showing slides about secure coding, developers can practice fixing insecure functions in sandboxed labs. Help desk staff can rehearse incident reporting steps through role-play, simulating calls where users report phishing emails. These exercises build muscle memory, so when real incidents occur, employees know not just what to do but how to do it. Workshops take more effort to design but pay dividends by embedding secure practices through lived experience rather than abstract theory. Integrating training metrics into HR or learning management systems (LMS) ensures accountability and traceability. Completion records show who has taken training, while assessment scores demonstrate competency. For example, phishing training outcomes can be tied to report rates in simulated exercises, giving managers concrete evidence of skill improvement. Integrating with HR also allows training completion to be tied to compliance reporting, regulatory audits, or even performance management systems. By embedding training data into enterprise systems, organizations can track progress systematically and demonstrate diligence to stakeholders. Reward and recognition programs reinforce positive behaviors and help build a security-minded culture. Instead of focusing only on failures, organizations can highlight departments with high phishing report rates or employees who spot emerging threats. Recognition might include digital badges, shout-outs in newsletters, or small rewards like coffee vouchers. These gestures create positive reinforcement loops, showing that security is valued and celebrated. Employees are more likely to stay engaged in training and apply lessons when they see that good security behaviors are acknowledged and rewarded. Escalation practice drills help non-technical staff become confident in their response roles. Many employees may hesitate to act during an incident, unsure of who to call or what to say. Drills simulate these situations. For example, a staff member might role-play reporting a suspicious USB drop to legal or communications. Scripts can guide how to preserve evidence without tampering. These drills are low stakes but build confidence, ensuring that when real escalation is needed, employees know the steps and act quickly. Training drills make escalation as natural as a fire drill. Job aids and quick reference materials are essential for reinforcing training after formal sessions. Employees may forget details but can use aids like posters, laminated cards, or intranet pages to refresh knowledge. For example, a one-pager on secure file sharing can walk staff through approved platforms and prohibited alternatives. Password reset cheat sheets help employees avoid risky shortcuts. These aids act as just-in-time training, available exactly when needed, reducing mistakes and reinforcing secure behavior in daily tasks. Feedback loops make training programs responsive and adaptive. Collecting learner feedback helps identify which modules resonate and which feel irrelevant. Operational data, such as incident reports or phishing simulation outcomes, provides additional insights. If a particular attack vector continues to succeed, training content can be adjusted to address it. For instance, if QR code phishing becomes common, a new module can be added. By iterating based on feedback and real-world incidents, training stays relevant and demonstrates continuous improvement. Refresh triggers ensure programs evolve with changing threats and organizational shifts. New classes of threats, major incidents, or adoption of new platforms should all trigger updated modules. Audit findings may also identify weak spots requiring immediate reinforcement. For example, if a merger introduces new systems, staff should receive onboarding modules about those platforms' security practices. By linking refresh cycles to real-world triggers, Training avoids staleness and aligns directly with the evolving risk environment. Coordinating with managers ensures training outcomes are reinforced in daily work. Managers can incorporate skill checks into performance conversations or project reviews. For example, a developer's secure coding knowledge may be evaluated during sprint retrospectives, while help desk performance reviews may check incident reporting accuracy. By embedding training outcomes into managerial oversight, security becomes part of business accountability rather than a siloed compliance exercise. This alignment makes training stick because it is reinforced by local leaders employees already respect. Privacy and data minimization apply to training programs as much as other domains. Collect only the telemetry required to improve outcomes completion, scores, and behavioral metrics without over-collecting. For instance, tracking whether employees completed phishing modules and their click/report rates is appropriate, but capturing unnecessary personal details about mistakes could create resentment or compliance risks. Transparency about how training data is used also builds trust. Privacy-aware training ensures employees feel respected while still holding programs accountable for outcomes. Ultimately, effective user guidance and training programs are practical, repeatable, and measurable. A simple starting point is to build an onboarding module, run it, and collect feedback after 2 weeks. Iterate content based on learner feedback and operational data, then expand the approach across other roles. Over time, curriculum mapping, reinforcement cycles, recognition, and feedback loops transform training from a compliance checkbox into a living program. By embedding training into organizational culture, security becomes part of how employees work every day rather than an occasional distraction. Thanks for tuning in to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, your trusted source for cybersecurity news and insights. Remember to subscribe at baremetalcyber.com so you never miss an update. And visit cyberauthor.me for best-selling cybersecurity books that equip you with expert knowledge. Until next time, stay secure and stay vigilant.